Hi, I'm Greg Meidroth from Manhattan Beach Little League here at the Refinery in Torrance, talking about introduction to International League. International League is a little bit different than Coast League. We go into 9 players, 3 outfielders rather than 4. You still bat around as you do in Coast League. The main difference is the age and the size of the boys. They're getting a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, a little faster. Most of the boys playing in International League are 10 years old. There's some 9-year-olds that are playing up. There's some 11-year-olds. There are actually even a few 12-year-olds. The biggest difference is the pitching. The pitching is coming a little bit faster. There'll even be a few home runs hit this year. Two more differences in International League over Coast League is base stealing. You can steal bases at any time. The ball still needs to cross the plate before you can go, but it doesn't need to be a pass ball. You can also steal when the catcher's throwing it back to the pitcher. You can steal home this year, rather than last year. You can only steal when it would go past the umpire. Another difference is the 6-run rule rather than 5 last year, or in Coast League. The 6-run rule is in effect this year, with the last inning being unlimited runs. So make sure you always check with the other manager and you call the last inning. You don't want to be stuck on a time-out game and not get to that last unlimited run inning. The other big difference is the infield fly rule is in effect. All right, so know what that is. The home plate umpire will call that, but so the kids cannot run. They got to still be back on the bag or they will be out. And the last one is pitch count. The pitch count in International League is a little bit different than Coast League. 35 is the key number in Coast. Not hard and fast rule, but 35 if you want to pitch in the next game. In International, the golden number is 40. If you want that pitcher to pitch in the next game, he cannot go over 40 pitches. So, and that you need to know the rules. And coaches, the last difference in between Coast League and International League is the players do not have to play in the infield. It was mandatory in Coast League for every player to play in the infield before the 4th inning. In International League, it's just a should. And it's not a hard and fast rule, so you still want to play your best positions, your best players at your best positions. Practices in International are similar to that of Coast. You have 2 practices a week, 1 regular fielding practice, and then once a cage batting practice a week. You'll have 2 games a week, 1 during the week and 1 on the weekend. Practices can be boring if you let it. You need to keep the kids involved, keep them moving, keep it moving fast. There's things that you need to obviously cover. You can never play enough catch. Play catch, play catch, play catch. At every level, that's the most important thing. You need to learn how to field ground balls properly. You need to know how to catch fly balls. In this International League, kids will now start being able to catch fly balls in the outfield for outs. You need to have your batting practice. You need to keep it moving. You need to know game situations, what to do when certain things happen, how many outs. The golden rule, get an out. Let the run score, but get an out so you can get out of the inning and get back up to hitting. The last thing in practice that I always like to do is have the kids play this game called workups. 3 kids are hitting, everybody else in a field. You rotate around. It keeps kids involved. It's a competition. If you get on base, you're still up. It's situational baseball. They're always thinking, where do I go? Do I have a play at second base? If I boot it, can I just go get 1 and still get an out, and then you rotate? This also gives the kids an opportunity to play outfield, third base, shortstop, second. They're working their way up. If you got any questions on how to play workups, ask one of the other coaches and they'll know how. That's a great game to finish off every practice. Game times are what we call fun time. That's when all the hard work pays off. The kids are in the dugout having a good time. Parents and grandparents show up and cheer on the kids. However, there's a lot of work to be done. So coaches, you need some dad's help or others to help out before the game. You've got field, to drag the field, get the field ready, chalk the field. You need someone to be in the outfield throwing wiffle balls to your team for a quick batting practice. No baseballs are allowed before the game. You need someone to be hitting ground balls and fly balls for a quick warm-up for the guys before the game. You need to have your lineup given to the other manager before the game so they can get that down in their scorebook. Two more things, coaches, you need to be aware of what's going on is one is the parents. One year I was coaching and a parent came up to me and said, hey, my son plays shortstop. I had to tell the dad that, well, last year 6 of these kids on this team played shortstop. All right, so even if your son's not playing shortstop, he's still in an important position. Okay, outfield. More balls in international are hit to right field than they are to left field. So actually every position is really important. And finally, the last tip for International League is player positioning. You have to have players in the right spots. It'll help your pitching. A good catcher helps a pitcher. A great first baseman helps a pitcher, helps the infield. So knowing who can catch, who can pitch, who can play first base, where most of the balls are going to go will help your season go a long way and help you have a great season. All right, have fun.